Well, with spring just round the corner, I thought it'd be a great opportunity just to go back over a few observations that I've had over the years about actually what the carp are doing at this time of year. And that's integral for putting into your own fishing, because that can dictate how you fish and where you fish for these carp that are literally just waking up. So I'm going to go back for a few little tips, and I'm sure this will put a few more spring carp on the bank for you. Well, fundamentally, before we get into the approach, location, etc., I think it's really important to bring it back to the actual quarry itself, and of course that's the carp, and to understand what's happening to them in this cold water environment just coming into the spring. Now, it's been freezing cold over the last few weeks, down to -6 or something stupid like that a couple of weeks ago, and a lot of these lakes were frozen. Coupled with the fact that the angling pressure is very, very low due to lockdown and only the odd people are fishing, a lot of fish have gone to ground almost, and it's no surprise that the odd fish that were caught have come out with loads and loads of parasites on them in the shape of leeches and argillus, which tells you that the fish have been sitting very close to the bottom or in weed beds where the parasites live and can attach very, very easily. So that's worth considering. Now, these fish now are slowly coming out of that state because the light levels are increasing, and that's really, really important to understand that as the daylight hours increase, there's more heat getting onto the water, and the carp know through obviously years and years, going back hundreds of years, they know their body clock is starting to wake up, and they understand and perceive the light levels as that ticking clock, and everything's gearing towards spawning at this time of year. Although it seems a little way away, we could be only sort of, I don't know, 8 weeks away from that at this period, and the fish could spawn quite early if they get the temperature. Everything is gearing towards that massive event in their life. And two things on the carp's mind at the moment particularly is to get warm as quickly as they can, and obviously then food is high on the agenda as well. Now, they need to get warm. One is to obviously to get their metabolism back up, so they can be more sharper, so they're not they feel less vulnerable as well to predators. If you imagine, these fish obviously are waking up from the winter, they're still very, very clumsy. And at this time of year, you can get away with very bright hook baits and high pop-ups and all that, because everything's a little bit suppressed metabolism-wise. So their number one aim is to get warmer, and there's key areas where you can look on the lake which will tell you and where you'd expect them to turn up. One of them is snags, particularly if you get some sun facing, snags facing the sun, I should say. That is an absolute goldmine. There's a bit of safety there, but they're getting warm, and finding these fish, or finding those areas that get warm quickly, is a key. But that brings us nicely onto a bit of location.